Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising for April 2020. Please note that this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everybody, but please do take what resonates with you. If you are watching on behalf of somebody, please note that the energies may be shifted as I am tapping into the collective energy. So use your intuition to know who is being referred to. Is it you or is it the Aries that you're watching the reading for? So I will start by taking out 4 cards that explain the general energy for Aries in April 2020. Okay, they want to come out. Let's see. So we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse. We have the Magician in reverse. And we have the 2 of Swords. The general energy is also the Empress in reverse. Alright. So let's start with this 8 of Wands. So immediately the message I am getting is that for some of you there is going to be very little communication or lack of communication with somebody important. Usually in the upright position, this card talks about plans that were delayed coming to a quick completion. However, it also speaks about creativity and decisive action. However, since you got it in the reverse position, it's telling me that in April you're still stuck in a situation that feels like it's dragging on forever. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel, because you can see like there's flowers there. So although the situation seems bad, you are learning a lesson from it, and there is a positive aspect to whatever you're going through. In the reverse position, it does also speak about trouble with travel or cancelled flights. So given what's currently happening in the world right now, perhaps you've had to cancel your travel plans. Alright, onto this 9 of Cups. Alright, so in the upright position, this card speaks about having a lot of plans. It speaks about celebrations and community gatherings, but since it's in reverse, it speaks about that you might be alone or in isolation, which once again makes sense during the period that we're in and what's happening in the world. So it speaks about plans that are being cancelled. It could also speak about unfriendliness. So perhaps people are being a bit unfriendly to you, or somebody in your life is being unfriendly to you. It also speaks about false pride. So perhaps some of you are shedding off any false pride that you had. Onto the Magician in reverse. Alright, so the Magician card is all about manifesting your dreams and making your goals come true. However, you got it in the reverse position, which is telling me that starting in April you might suffer from a lack of confidence, poor communication for a lot of you. I was speaking about in the 8 of Wands how there will be poor communication for some of you. So this is again saying that if there's anybody that you really want to talk to, the communication might be a bit bad with this person throughout April. Alright. However, I feel like a lot of you are still making progress. You're still manifesting, but it's very slow. Your goals seem, at least at the beginning of April, to be happening very slowly. Alright, onto the Two of Swords. So, okay, so the Two of Swords, it's a warning that you've blocked off your heart and your emotions, and you're holding in your feelings. You're refusing to see what's in front of you. Like you can see, you've just been blindfolded and you're not looking at what's actually happening in front of you. It's like you have two options. Your heart says one thing, but logic says another. Alright. The woman has like turned her back on her feelings, and this is telling me that you need to be aware that you've closed off yourself or your emotional self, and although you may think that you're balanced, there's no resolution in blocking yourself. You need to take a careful look at the situation, both emotionally and logically. Consider boundaries as a good thing, but don't shut yourself off to someone. I was talking here about how there's probably a lack of communication or very slow communication with somebody who's important in your life. And this card is telling me that you've kind of shut yourself out from this person. And this card is telling me that you need to be calm and you need to reflect like the water. Like if you look at how the water is reflecting so peacefully, that's how you need to be reflecting in equilibrium. So put up healthy boundaries. That's what this card is saying in April 2020. Your mind and your heart are not in agreement. You're putting up unhealthy boundaries, and you're holding in your true feelings, which is not healthy. Alright. And you're considering your options as well. Alright, and then we got the Empress in reverse. So for some of you, we were talking about this lack of communication with this person that you've kind of closed yourself off to. So that just represents, this, I feel like the person you're talking to is a feminine energy, and it just represents the two of you kind of apart and not talking. You're not nurturing this relationship. For those of you who are not in this situation of a lack of communication, it just talks about you not nurturing your dreams, or you're not putting enough effort into nurturing yourself and nurturing your dreams. Also, the Eight of Cups, it speaks about feeling a loss with this person that you have. And the King of Cups, it's like you love this person, you want to offer your cup, but you're hiding it since it's in the reverse position. Yeah, Page of Cups, it's like you want to offer a cup, but Five of Pentacles, you're feeling a loss again. You're, look, it's winter and you've kind of felt like, you've lost your leaves, you don't want to go forward. Yeah, so that is the general energy for April 2020, and it's not a bad thing to be in this situation. It's something that you have to learn, and although you're putting up unhealthy boundaries or you struggling with the decision to make, it's all a learning process. I feel like this is a karmic situation, or this is something with a twin flame, but it's going to happen. However, let's get some more information about April 2020. Universe, please tell me more about April 2020. Okay, the wheel. Can I get some more information about April 2020 for Aries? Universe, can I get more information about April 2020 for Aries? Universe, can I get more information about April 2020 for Aries? Okay. interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is starting out your month, and I feel like moving from March into April, you were kind of in a little bit of a negative space as we spoke about this. But as we can see on this side, your cards are getting better, meaning towards the end of April, it seems like everything's getting better. Alright, so we have the wheel, and the wheel speaks about moving from a negative space to a positive space. It speaks about things happening in your fortune. So you're moving from this cold desert, well, not desert, snowy place, and you're moving into the flowers, the happiness, the sunshine, which is good. So it just shows that, like, whatever situation you are in, whether it's regarding a person, this person, this empress, or whether it's regarding your dreams, finally momentum is coming near mid or end of April, and things are happening good. Alright, with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you're getting your coins, your money in check. Alright, yeah, I do see some abundance coming in with the grapes and the fruit. And so yeah, if you're worried about money in April, you are going to be manifesting money. For those of you who are in this relationship with this Empress, now I don't mean Empress as in a woman, it's what it's represented by the tarot. Whoever this person you want to get in contact with, I feel like you're going to get in contact with this person, because look at how many letters you wrote there. And I feel like this is, where your lack of communication was. You had a lot to say and you didn't say it, but now you're coming forth and you're letting it off your chest, which is great. Alright, the Ten of Cups. So for those of you who are having this relationship problem or this problem with somebody very close to you, I do see that you both want to work it out. If you were wondering how the other person feels, they do still have feelings for you, and they do still want this happy family with you. However, for those of you who are wondering about your career, it just means that it feels very fulfilling near the end of April. Alright, now the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, yeah, this is telling me that you're going to be facing a lot of challenges. It's going to be like a personal test where you take on the challenge to see how far you can advance your skills, to see what you can learn from the situation. Alright, this is telling me that, you are going to make your money, you are going to be in the satisfied position, and you are going to be in contact with this person, but it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but you're going to get there. Alright, and then the Three of Cups. This is just saying that there is celebration at the end of April. You can see how these people are celebrating with their cups and dancing. And for those of you who were wondering about your work life, you've kind of nurtured your projects really well. Like, you can see this bird came out the egg, and that just talks about the birthing of a project. So in April, if you have any projects that were going slowly, like we were talking here, that there were projects that were going slowly, these will be manifested and they'll be birthed, and the project will grow, which is great. It also speaks about fertility of your dreams. As you can see, the flowers are blooming, meaning your creative projects are going really well and your work life is going really well, and that's why I do see an influx of money. Alright, so let's talk about this this Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is somebody who's very guarded, and they guard up. Like you can see, she has a cannon behind her, she has a knife on her, she's looking out, and she's kind of like she's got a guard up, and she's not willing to have like emotional conversations. However, it is in reverse in your reading, meaning the situation where you weren't looking at your feelings but only logic. Since now the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords is in reverse, it's telling me that you're now taking your emotions into consideration, which is really great. Okay, so strength. April, you're gonna go through quite a bit of challenges in April, and you're gonna have to use your strength. You're gonna have to be strong, not just physically to get through it, but mentally strong to take on the bull. Remember, Aries, you're the bull. It's saying that it's a message from the universe saying that you're strong enough to take on any challenges because you're strong, just like the bull. The bull is you. And the King of Pentacles, yeah, so you had your trials that you went through, and eventually your dreams were growing, your projects were growing, and now you're making a lot more money. See how happy you are? Look at that, like, look at how he's dressed, look at all that money. It's saying that if you had any money problems in March or beforehand, if you're worried about money, don't worry, you're going to be in a very good place at the end of April. Let's see if the universe has any other cards for you, any affirmations or happy messages for Aries in April. Okay. I witness the darkness and I call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear throughout the eyes of the teacher of love. That's so beautiful. Remember how we were talking here about how at the beginning of April you kind of felt like you were closing off your feelings, there were unhealthy boundaries, and you were only focused on logic. You didn't want to open your eyes to see what was in front of you because you were scared, you had fear. And now, it's saying that your prayers or your affirmations, whatever you believe in, it's been answered by the universe, and you are divinely guided. Like, when you focus on love, this fear goes away, which is telling me that the advice you have is to take your emotions into account, and whatever you're fearful of, that fear will go away. Alright. And then let's get a romance card for anybody wondering about romance in April. Universe, okay. Keep an open mind. Alright, yeah. So for those of you who were wondering about this specific person, that there was a lack of communication or very little communication, it's just telling you to keep an open mind and not worry too much about how everything's gonna fall into place. Just trust the universe, let go of fear, keep an open mind, and everything regarding love and your finances will fall into account and into the way you want to. So April will be a very happy time for Aries. April, starting April, you it might be a little bit difficult, but I do see happiness and abundance at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Aries, for tuning in. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does a lot to help my channel.